Sup, Home Skeleton Smooth Singer 422, and welcome back to Let's Play Trauma Team. Last time we left off, we were investigating a potential suicide. At least that's what the cut and dry, neat and clean conclusion was when we first arrived on the scene. But the more we investigate and the more digging we do, it's starting to seem as if it's a homicide. Even though we're not 100% sure, it's looking like this guy was killed and he did not commit suicide. But yeah, this is exactly where I left you off at. So with this statement, there were no traces of healing in the fractured finger. What this means is that... The bone broke after he died? That bone was broken years ago? That bone broke fairly recently? He was born with a broken finger. That one sounds dumb. That bone was broken years ago? Doesn't make any sense. The bone was broke fairly recently? I guess so, but that doesn't really explain it. What I'm gonna go with is that the bone broke after he died. That makes the most sense to me.
That's right. Reactions to injury, like minute healing and hypodermic hemorrhaging, are vital reactions. They only occur while the body is still alive. Thus, if there were no vital reactions to this broken bone, the fracture happened... It must have occurred after the person was already dead.
Right.
That would have to be the case. Oh, and to be clear, there's no way that the body was damaged during transport. We take the utmost precautions when moving bodies.
Huh. I hadn't considered that until you brought it up. Still, I'll take your word for it. If his index finger was broken, using the hand would have caused a great deal of pain. With that in mind, he shouldn't have been able to use his right hand all that well.
Okay. Does this guy have anything else to say? Okay. Can he... No. What's this say? The index finger on the right hand was fractured. Would he have been able to use a knife with this hand? Let's see. Slashing knife, fractured finger. Sounds like a winner.
There was a wound in the left wrist and a fractured finger on the right hand. This seems odd because...
What seems odd about the broken finger and the slashed wrist? That? What? Okay, whatever. I get what they're saying. Let's see. So... If the knife was in... Wait a minute. I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. So... Yeah, he was holding the knife in an injured hand. That makes no sense. I got you.
There was a wound in the left wrist and a fractured finger on the right hand. This seems odd because...
The knife was in an injured hand. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, the deceased would have had to hold the knife in his injured hand to cut his left wrist. Then he would have had to cut deep enough to sever the artery, putting pressure on his broken finger. Even if he was right-handed, this situation just doesn't add up.
Not at all. Is that it? Let's see here. I'm trying to think. So... if Dennis did create the wound on his left wrist, then he must have held the knife in his injured hand. A strangely shaped bruise on the right side of Dennis's abdomen. Oh man. The spots of hemorrhaging in the corpse's eyes were caused by asphyxiation. Odd, since the cause of death was supposed to be... Let me see this. Never mind. What does this have to do? Okay. I don't know if I can match up anything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else he can analyze for me.
Hello, Dr. Kimishima.
Cut the small talk. What do you want?
So cold. HQ's questioned the electrician that the neighbor mentioned. I've sent you the recordings.
Okay.
It seems HQ already knew who he was, so there wasn't a problem.
How do they know who this guy
Now
was?
we'll find out why that electrician went to the deceased's room.
Yeah, I want to know why too. This guy is pretty big. The electrician who visited Dennis's room the day of the incident. He was asked about what happened that day. Liam Richardson, age 31, male. Yeah, what do you have to say?
Yes? Yes, that's right. A murder? Yes, that's fine. He said his ear was broken and it needed to be fixed. That was around noon, I think? That was around noon, I think? Yes. He said he needed it fixed that day, so I went straight there when I finished the job I was doing. Yeah, it was really quick. All I had to do was swap out a cable. Right. I think I was only there for about an hour. Right. I think I was only there for about an hour. Yes, I fixed his heater. The customer? Well, the way he looked, I wouldn't be surprised if he committed suicide.
Why did he say that?
Well, the way he looked, I wouldn't be surprised if he committed suicide. Around 3 p.m.? No, I wouldn't have a clue.
Okay.
Around 3 p.m.? No, I wouldn't have a clue. I was already fixing a washing machine at my next appointment's house at that time. Yes? Oh, yes, that's right. A murder? Yes, that's fine. He said his ear was broken and He said his ear was broken and it needed to be fixed.
He fixed the air. We should focus on that.
Okay. Air repair has been obtained.
There's nothing odd about having a repairman come to work on the ventilation system.
Oh, I think I know.
But, at the very least, Dennis was still alive when the electrician came. We need to learn about the deceased's condition at that time.
Okay. The electrician says he was sent to fix the ventilation in Dennis's room.
Yes, these pieces of information do go together. On the day of the incident, the electrician had been asked to repair the deceased's air. The electrician went to the deceased's room at noon and left after finishing his work. Both the deceased's neighbor and the electrician himself agree on this.
Okay, so he was there. Let me hear something else.
Yes? Oh, yes, that's right. A murder? Yeah. He said his air was broken, and that was yes. He said he needed it fixed that. Yeah, it was really quick. All I had to do. Yeah. Right. Yes, I fixed his heater.
I guess that was my question. Okay.
Yes, I fixed his heater. The customer? Well, the way he looked around 3 p.m., I was already fixing a washing machine at my next appointment's house at that time.
Is that all he has to say?
Yes?
I'm trying to figure this out. Sorry guys, this is pretty intense. Let's see. Do these go together? Okay. Can I? I honestly have no idea. Am I supposed to...
Yes? Oh, yes? A murder? Yes, he said his air was broken and it needed to be fixed. That was around noon, I think? Yes, he said he needed it fixed. Yeah, it was really quick. All I had to do was swap. Right, I think I was only there for about... Yes, I fixed his heater. The customer? The customer? Well,
It wouldn't be surprising if the deceased committed suicide.
Sorry, I knew there was something that I had to do.
Tale.
Man, I'm so sorry that I was quiet during that part, man. I'm just trying to figure this out. So he seemed depressed.
Does that mean the deceased had a motive for killing himself?
Okay. Can I, like... Oh, okay. Sorry, I was having trouble with the Wii remote. My bad, y'all. Okay. Okay.
Indeed. Both of these facts relate to the deceased. The last time the deceased was seen alive was...
Between noon and 1 p.m., right?
That's right. At that time, he seemed...
Oh boy. The electrician said that when he saw Dennis, Dennis seemed depressed.
Yes. This comes from the electrician's testimony. The last time we believe the deceased could have been alive is...
Around 2? Uh-oh. Dang it. Okay, maybe 3. Sorry, y'all.
Indeed. The neighbor reports hearing
Yeah,
sounds
I don't know why I spaced out. I thought it was sometime before 3 because I thought that, you know, he died at 3, but I was being slow. Sorry, guys.
Within an hour after that, a fire started in his room.
Right.
The deceased was later discovered dead. That's all we know at this point.
So I can talk to homeboy.
Hey, little guy. I want to go through the information that we've gathered so far.
All right, let's piece it all together step by step.
Let's do that.
The deceased, Dennis Taylor, was found dead in his apartment.
Okay.
Let's see. His body was discovered because...
Alright. A fire. The incident that led to the discovery of Dennis Taylor's body was a fire.
Yes, but by the time firefighters arrived on the scene, the fire had already gone out. His corpse was found on the bed.
That's right. The FBI and police initially ruled this case as a suicide. The reason for that was...
When the body was first discovered, it appeared that Dennis Taylor had committed suicide because... The knife and the slashed wrist, obviously. What the heck does the corpse was wearing a shirt have to do with anything? Oh my gosh.
That's correct. The other reason was...
Another reason why the death was initially believed to be a suicide was the door was locked, his finger was broken, he was in his bed, he didn't run from the fire. Well, that would be because the door was locked. Thus, it being called the locked door mystery.
Indeed, the slashed wrist and the chained door point towards suicide. It would seem he was so desperate for death that he would both slit his wrist and set his room on fire.
No,
That isn't a surprising conclusion.
The knife blade does match the shape of the wound in the wrist. The blood on the blade matches his DNA. Lastly, the deceased's fingerprints were found on the handle of the knife.
Those are all true, but there was something odd about that wound on his wrist. First...
Let's see. No pain... Oh, whoops. Well, the reaction why the wrist wound seemed unnatural for a suicide was the arm wasn't restrained, no pain reaction wounds, wound isn't deep enough, it's too small to be fatal. I think in the last video we already established that there was no pain reaction to the wounds.
Another point is...
If we do assume that this was a suicide, another discrepancy is that the knife was in his right hand, the knife was in his left hand, the knife was in both hands, there was no knife. Oh man, I don't remember which hand. In his left hand. No.
Concentrate.
Okay, the knife was in his right hand. And his right hand was injured. Sorry guys, I honestly did not remember.
His finger was fractured. Would he have been able to use a knife with a wounded hand?
So his right hand had a fractured finger and his left hand was the one that was cut. I need to remember that for sure.
It's very unlikely, but that's not the only thing that raises doubt. If he did die of the knife wound, he would have bled to death. However, investigating the corpse points to a different cause of death. That is...
If the victim died from blood loss, then there was something odd about the condition of the body, which was either his skin tone, fractured hyoid bone, hemorrhaging in his eyes, wound on left wrist. So, I think we remember that we saw the blood dots in his eyes or whatever, the hemorrhaging in his eyes. Asphyxiation.
That's right, the petechia on the eyes, and the strange bruise on his abdomen. There's more than enough evidence to doubt that this was a suicide.
But according to the electrician's statement, the victim seemed like he might be in a state to commit suicide.
Indeed, there are too many uncertainties to be able to draw a conclusion at this point. I'm going to have to investigate the scene for myself. Little guy, get me approval to enter the area.
Oh, understood. You shouldn't have a problem, Dr. Kimishima. I'm sure my bosses will approve you right away.
Yes, but I don't intend to waste any time. I'm going there right now. You deal with the rest on your end.
Well, looks like I'm headed to the crime scene. Alright, let's go. I should leave this room and go to the crime scene now. I think that's an excellent idea. Let's go to the crime scene. Sorry guys, I'm going to try to do a better job of actually reading the text that isn't spoken. Alright, now I need to begin investigating the crime scene. Okay. Finding clues. Use A to select anything suspicious at the crime scene. Okay, I'm just getting a good look around. What is this?
This is where the deceased's corpse was. If this bloodstain is his blood, then...
From the bloodstains on his bed, it appears that the position Dennis has died was... It looked like he was laying on his stomach? Oh man. The wound on the corpse's left wrist. The wound was on the corpse's left wrist. If that wound created the bloodstains, then...
How could I do that?
Oh man, don't be too hard on yourself, girl. Okay, so if it was on his left wrist, it's on the right side of the bed?
This is what...
Let me see something. Maybe he was on his side? Wait a minute. Or maybe he was on his back. He might have been laying on his back. Okay.
Yes, the injury was on his left wrist.
Sorry, I spaced out. That makes total sense. And I'm looking at the chalk outline right now. Duh.
From the position of the bloodstain, it would appear he was lying face up on the bed. There was only the one bloodstain, so he didn't move around much after his wrist was slit. If this truly is a suicide, that would mean that he bled to death here. However, the amount of hemorrhaging here seems to be too small for a man to completely bleed out.
That's true. Let's see what else we got. Let's look at what is going on with...
It's the ceiling fan. There's a speed selector and a timer. One of the blades seems to be broken though.
Yeah, that's weird. It seems strange that the ceiling fan was broken in Dennis's room. This is odd because... a repairman came that day. Yeah, what was fixed? That's true.
The electrician had supposedly come to fix the air. I need to review his testimony to confirm what he actually fixed.
I'm starting to have suspicion. What's this? Or is that not important? Okay, I guess not. Let's look at the door. Alright, obviously this is gonna be important.
This is a table. Now that I look closely, the burns are most severe right here. What was burning here?
Ashes.
If I send this for analysis, I might find out what was on fire on the table.
What is this? Okay. I don't know what else there is. Alright, I'm heading back, y'all. Let's head to the office. Oh, wow, they're telling me I have to go back to the crime scene. Okay. My bad. What did I miss? Is it right in front of my face? I don't mean to just keep clicking around, I just want to make sure. What am I missing? Hey, what is this? Okay. I don't know what else to look at. Oh, wait a minute. Haha. That's funny. I still want to know what this is. But okay. What else am I supposed to be looking at?
Who's this in the picture?
Wow, how was I supposed to know? I was supposed to look at that cork board. Holy moly.
The deceased's friend? I see. I was so caught up in the case that I didn't check the man's background. Hello, little guy. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I hear you. Did you need something, Dr. Kimishima?
Yes. Can you do me a favor and look into the deceased's friends? I'm going to send you a picture right now. Try getting a hold on whoever that is.
All right. Is there anything in particular you'd like us to find out?
Let's see. First, about the deceased himself. It'd be great to find out more about the day of the incident.
All right. I'll make preparations to have them question. I'll send you the recordings of their answers, so please check the recorder.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad you can get on this so quickly. I'll be counting on you.
Ah, finally. Okay, guys, looks like I'm heading back to the office. Ah, Dr. Kimishima, I forgot to tell you. We interrogated the man in the photo that was in the victim's room. Well, that was found in the victim's room? Did I say that? I think I might have misread that, I'm not sure. As usual, I've transferred the voice data over to you. Please use the recorder to review the interview. Alright. This conversation is about the victim's acquaintances, right? He may have some valuable information for us. At least information regarding the victim on the day of the incident. I should keep my ears open while I listen to it. Friend's account has been added to the recorder. The topic victim's behavior has been added to the recorder. Recorder time! Who's this guy? James Morton, age 29, male. Dennis's friend. He was asked about how the victim had acted before his death. Okay. Tell me.
What you want, man? Why are you calling me out here? Huh? You want to talk about Dennis? You're better off asking his girlfriend.
What? Who's his girlfriend?
Huh? You want to talk about Dennis? You're better off asking his girlfriend. Her name's, Stella. Yeah, she's at the club down on Roulette Street. Yeah, she can probably tell you more about Dennis than I can.
I want to know more about his girlfriend.
Yeah, she can probably tell you more about Dennis than I can. That guy, huh? No, nothing. He's a friend of mine, you know? I don't hate him.
Okay.
That guy, huh? No, nothing. He's a friend of mine, you know? I don't hate him. We'd been drinking together the night before he died, after all.
Okay.
We'd been drinking together the night before he died, after all. He did seem pretty flush recently, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
He did seem pretty flush recently, if you know what I mean. He called me up out of the blue and, said he'd pick up the tab that night. That wasn't really important, it was just how he normally brags. He was all proud of this red Portland Jacks t-shirt he was wearing, too. The red ones are a limited edition or something, they're pretty rare. Didn't you know that? Lame. His job, huh? Yeah, he worked at this crappy little bar in some back alley.
So, if he worked at a quote-unquote crappy little bar in some back alley, where did this money come from?
Yeah, he worked at this crappy little bar in some back alley. Then again, you probably can't really call it a bar either.
What is it?
Then again, you probably can't really call it a bar either. How did he make his cash? Psh, who knows, man? I don't.
Huh.
How did he make his cash? Psh, who knows, man? I don't. Hey, that's why I said you should be talking to his girlfriend.
We can't ask him for details if he doesn't know. Yeah,
hey, that's
I know.
Why I said you should be talking to his girlfriend. Hey, you guys seriously think that he offed himself? It's just stupid. And he was one sharp SOB, always looking out for himself.
Okay.
It's just stupid. And he was one sharp SOB, always looking out for himself. I mean, he always thought that if you had no money, then you should get out and steal some.
Whoa.
I mean, he always thought that if you had no money, you really think someone like that would just kill himself? Well, it's got nothing to do with me anyway.
Okay.
That reminds me. The man said in his interview that the deceased had a girlfriend.
I've been trying to find out about his girlfriend the entire time. My gosh.
I wonder if HQ knows who she is. This is worth asking little guy about.
Yes, did you call Dr. Kimishima?
I need you to look into somebody for me. A woman named Stella Abbott.
Oh, the deceased's girlfriend? Well, technically his ex.
That doesn't matter. Can you find her?
We already have. HQ's just finished questioning her.
Finally.
Oh, should I send you the recording?
Duh.
Please. Now, if you don't mind. I feel like I'm getting closer to understanding who Dennis Taylor really is.
Oh, I thought you were gonna send it to me already. Right? Oh my gosh. I won't. Already know. Ceiling fan. Now let's try sorting through the information that's been gathered so far. Wait, can I ask him about something? Okay. Let's ask him about, or let's try to put together what was fixed in this guy.
This does raise some doubts. The electrician supposedly came to the victim's room to fix his air, but he didn't repair the ceiling fan? Or did the fan break after the electrician had left?
Good question.
In any case, I'll need to hear his account again.
Okay. Hey, little guy, can you analyze this for me? Yes, of course. What's this? I've collected some of the remains of the fire. Can you find out what started the fire? I can't promise anything, but I'll send it to the lab. I'll contact you once the results of the analysis come back, so please continue with your investigation. Okay. Huh. Bloodstains found on the bed at the scene. This doesn't seem to be enough for him to have bled to death. I should have this analyzed. Okay. Analyze this too.
This is a blood stain. One moment, please. I did some quick calculations. A stain of that size would take about 800 milliliters of blood.
The average adult male would have to lose at least 1,500 milliliters in order to bleed to death. This means that...
About 800 milliliters of blood was on the bed, but a lethal amount of blood loss for an adult male is about 1,500 milliliters. What this means is he definitely bled to death, he definitely didn't bleed to death, he might not have bled to death. That's not blood, it's ketchup. He didn't bleed to death. What? Oh. Sorry, girl. Okay, well, he might not have bled to death. But that's more... Oh, that's so silly. I feel like I just wanted to confirm it. Okay, well, maybe he didn't. Gosh.
Well, the amount of blood loss required varies from person to person, so this isn't quite proof. It is unusual, though. I'll have to remember it.
Okay. So, is that it? Yeah, what was fixed, man?
Yes? Oh, yes, that's right. A murder? He said his air was broken. That was...
Oh,
around
okay.
noon, I think.
He fixed the
Yes.
heat.
Yeah, it was really bright. I think I was only there for about an hour. Yes,
He fixed the heater. Something about that seems odd.
Supposedly the electrician came to Dennis's room to fix the heater. This seems odd because the heater works fine. It's too hot to need the heater. There's nothing odd about it. It must have been expensive. I want to say it's too hot to need the heater, right? Because I remember her saying sometime it was around the springtime, right?
Yes, the deceased's neighbor mentioned that. Summer is already starting. And yet, on the day of the incident, The deceased wanted to have his heater repaired? There's something strange about this after all.
Interesting. Did I already?
Yes. Yes. He said his air was broken. He said it.
Alright, I'm trying to figure out what's next. Okay. Yeah. Let's piece these two together.
I still have doubts. My main concern about this is...
The reason most people use the ceiling fan is air circulating. And if it was broken, then he must have used the fan. Why would he fix the heat? That's really weird.
Yes, fans circulate air within a room. If the owner was having his air system fixed, the fan should have been considered part of it.
Right?
Why then would the electrician fix only the heater and not the ceiling fan?
This is a lot, man. But you know what? To be honest, I'm gonna try to piece together some more information. What else? Can he analyze that for me? No. Can I piece this together? No. Let me see something. This is really tough. I'm pretty stuck right now. Sorry, y'all. I feel like there's something that I need to do here. I don't piece these two together? Why? Oh man, this is brutal. I am pretty stuck. But at any rate, since I'm stuck, and since this video has been going on for a little while, I will end it right here. I feel like we found out a good amount of information anyway. This electrician guy is looking shadier, shadier, and more shady. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate y'all watching. Thank you all so much. I hope you guys have a great day, and adios, home skillets.